Well, yes, we're back. Welcome back, everyone, to A Tale of Blood and Long Roads. I'm your host, Ian. I'm your storyteller, and we're happy to have you with us. I don't know how many people are in chat, but contribute, say some things, say hello. Everyone else say hello too. Yeah, let us know. If you can hear us, let us know that you can hear us. Um, I think, news wise, I think we're going to start up, maybe going to start up what will be season 2 of Antique of the Week next Friday. I don't know. We're still kind of talking about that. It's sort of like herding cats, so we'll see. Um, but otherwise, we got Gavin back. We're excited about that. Who may be muted. I don't know. Yeah, well, that is important to, of course, not have your Ravnos explode. Keep your Ravnos unexploded. Ravnos self care. So, uh, yeah. I think quick introductions, maybe promote something you want if you got something you want to promote. Of course. And I'm getting a little bit of an echo. Oh, that was you. Okay, good. All good. You just volunteered to go first, Julia. Let's see. I think we've got an audio issue. Let's see.
Okay, we can hear you.
I think I just fixed it.
All right, can you hear me now?
Try that one.
All
Y'all
right.
talk.
Okay.
Chat, let us know.
Also, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes from the chat.
Okay. All
There we
right,
go.
cool.
Thank you, OBS, for helping
Start
us
over.
mute ourselves.
Yay.
All right.
Well, I don't know how much of that you heard. I guess none of it. So I'm Julia. I might be on I will be on next week if we have the Antique of the Week season 2 season opener. But if we don't have it, I won't be there. You can find me at Queen of Pirates, either with an F or a V, on places like TikTok and Instagram. And other than that, you can probably just find me chilling out with it's summer break and enjoying. And I hope you all are too.
All right. Mel, why don't you go ahead?
Oh, wow. Glad to be back. I was away. For those who don't know, I was at Drakenfest. It's this big, huge LARP in Pennsylvania. And then last game, so the job I work puts me on call every so often, and I happened to get called out like around 5:30 Eastern and didn't get home until like 9:30. And unfortunately I planned on being on end game, but I was like, nope. I have a TikTok and an Instagram. If you wanna, my TikTok's public, my Instagram's private. If you want to follow me, I'm Little Mel 413, both on uh TikTok and Instagram. That's about it. I'm not important.
We're all important here. Don't do that. You know, we love you. Uh Tommy, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Tommy. I do not have a TikTok or an Instagram. I hypothetically exist on Facebook just to scroll on things. You'll find me on Discord as Tommy. Our Memphis by Night game just got canceled for tomorrow, so I can't really promote that, but I can say that it does happen on the days after this one around the same time. So you can go on the A Tale of Myth and Mayhem channel for that. 2 weeks from now, in our next game, the day after that.
Okay. I should say I am trying to actually thinking of that now that you remind me of other vampire games. I am trying to start up. I think coming up Wednesdays, I'm trying to start up a Sabbat Chronicle.
I saw that.
Will it be successful? I don't know. It's a Sabbat Chronicle, but
it could be.
When we get it going, I'll let folks know, and we'll start playing that, and we'll burn a city down. Probably that's what we'll do. That's what we do with Sabbat. But let's get right into this chronicle. And when we left off last time, I believe, and I'm queuing up something here. We left off last time. Charlotte and Eden had conducted a little bit of a meeting with some of the Thin Bloods in the city who, not so much city, town, but in the furniture factory who have been cooking up some drugs for the Russians. And there's some threats thrown around, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nobody died, nobody got killed, and nobody even got hurt. So now we kind of got to decide what we want to do with the information we got. So we'll start ourselves up at the next night, which means it's time for everybody's favorite rouse check, the waking up.
Boy.
All right, dice roller, probably want that.
Or
Was I rolling again? One die?
Just one die.
One die.
See if I can read it. 1 6.
Success.
Okay, so everybody succeeded?
wait, what's success again?
6 or higher.
Oh, I did not. I got a 4.
Okay, so you're at hunger 2. Gavin is at hunger 2. Charlotte, I think you're still at hunger 2.
Yeah.
And yeah, Eden is still at hunger 1. I don't think you've ever gotten
Nope,
past hunger 1.
not yet. It's coming, don't worry.
Yeah. So, okay. That's an okay place to be, though. Hunger 2 isn't so bad. And so we'll assume, yeah, that's kind of at the beginning of the night. I assume you've all gone back to Pouncey's. And
Now, how long has it been since we last saw with Emily Davenport?
That was yesterday.
yeah, soon. It's been a night.
It's been okay.
So you maybe you're all meeting up now and deciding yeah, what you want to do. There's a couple different things you could pursue, but the floor is yours, so to speak.
I want Gavin's opinion because on all of this. So like saying like we already went we basically in out of character said Gavin has been caught up on everything.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Gavin, what is your opinions? What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't know. I feel like we need to investigate this occult shop thing. There's just something going on there, but I don't know. At the end of the day, I'm fine with whatever the group decides, but I do think that we should kind of investigate what's going on there.
Which occult shop?
whatever, the like gothy where we found the like blood and the floor and that stuff.
Oh yeah, but like what to investigate? Because we know who it belongs to. We talked to the person it belongs to.
Well, did we find out why the police don't want to investigate it?
Because the Russians and because of her, like influence
Ah,
and money has been changed hands and all that type of corruption things is why.
all
What?
right. Well, I guess.
Well, what I can fill in though, what you don't know is that what Davenport kind of did fill you in on is that she at one point was part of an Ashbringer cult, and so a lot of those items in there she was trying to get rid of, and that she was kind of working for this other shadowy group of kindred who she claims kind of came from a variety of blood sorcery traditions. And
she said she used.
and she, sorry, I kind of missed the end of that.
Oh, you said she used to work.
Yeah, she used to work for them. That's what she claimed. So that's a connection that you don't know a whole lot about.
Mm-hmm. Like there's absolutely reasons why she had all that stuff there. So there's not really much to investigate there other than, is that okay?
Yeah, if you trust her.
If we trust her.
If you don't trust her, there's absolutely reason to continue investigating that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. Does anybody here actually trust her?
No one should trust anyone, but I feel like it's more of a matter of just verifying her word, not digging through her stuff. Of like trying to find this alleged people that she used to work for and more information on the Ashbringers. I've heard that, but I don't actually really know that much about them. She did give us information, but again, she can say whatever she wants.
Yeah. It just seems like she's trying to tell us that she is no longer with this group, and yet she was sitting there drinking, obviously.
I mean, she's a blood sorcerer of some type, some level. So to say that she was part of a group that of people that do that, then sure.
Yeah. Well, and this other thought though. I mean, we saw those people chained up and they were being forced to do that work. Why don't we just take that factory from the Russians?
How?
Kill them.
You some kind of run through a warehouse and kill people?
I feel like we could probably just make an example of one of them, and the rest of them will just fall in line.
I don't think that's how that works with a mafia. Like a organized group. Just killing one's not going to make an example. It's just going to call more people to respond to the problem.
How many do you think we could kill? I mean, they all deserve it.
No. So explain to me how all of them deserve it. First off, let's start there.
Well, the Russians.
Okay.
They suck. How else to put? I mean, they're forcing people to do this work, and yeah.
So you realize that they're not just the Russians, they're all individuals with their own motivations and their own families and their own problems in life. And I'm pretty sure even if you took off the chains of some of the people's on the table, they would stay there anyway because they need the money.
Well, we would employ them, raise their wages.
Okay, but you have to weed out. You can't just kill one whole thing and be like these are individuals.
Okay.
Now, if you want to take out the Russian mafia in general, that's what she was like. She was saying try to introduce another group in to like have a little territory beef so it goes off like normal as opposed to just causing a massacre. So, but the problem is we have to now figure out who or what to introduce in.
If you wanted potential suggestions, a streetwise role could help too.
Oh.
I just got my streetwise dot.
I think one of you has a really high streetwise, actually.
Gavin.
I have 1 dot of streetwise, but I have 3 dots of criminal narcotics trade.
That too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's like a phone call.
Yeah. I can make a phone call.
But a streetwise thing, I could give Gavin some information that would
Gavin.
that would tell you
Oh,
some
Gavin,
things.
yes.
Sure. So it's am I doing with anything, or is it just like straight streetwise?
It would be like let's see, I think like an intelligence plus streetwise.
Okay. I'm 2 hunger, you said?
Yeah.
What was that? Wow, that's 1 success.
1 success.
Rusty.
Yeah. So obviously, rushing into the factory and just murdering everybody is not going to solve your problems. Because that's like that's just cutting the heads off the Hydra. It's just going to grow back. Plus, the issue with that is that what if the Russians are middle management? But what if there was some way to control the Russians? That's kind of what Gavin's thinking about.
What's Gavin thinking about?
Just like, what if, just killing the Russians wouldn't work, but like, what if there was a way to like control the Russians?
Do you guys think we can like control the Russians maybe?
How so?
I mean,
Simplest way of doing that is find the person in charge and ghoul them.
Oh.
Locally in charge. You still have to answer to somebody on the outside, probably, but you still have a heavy influence over them. But that's also boring. I mean, you could do it.
I mean, it may be boring now, but it could probably lead to something a little more interesting.
I mean, it works, but it's also like there's several points of failure because just because you're controlling like one person who has a big voice, it doesn't really actually control everything. But it's a voice of influence at the very least. Also, to figure out who that is, and then have to figure out how to jam your blood in his body.
All right.
You
seem very enthused by this idea.
You do know in theory who's in charge.
Davenport?
No, not Davenport. The
Oh, that guy. We met him, didn't we? Valsky?
Valsky, yeah.
Valsky.
Now you could
All right.
confirm that if you wanted.
Could I either using Streetwise or contacts? Who could confirm that?
Well, Streetwise, I don't think Streetwise would confirm that.
Okay.
Probably do want to call around in a
if you've
subtle
got
way.
if you've got criminal contacts or something, yeah, that could probably help do it. You could ask Davenport.
Ask multiple people to verify.
Yeah. Why don't we start? I'll make a couple of I'll page a couple of people, and then let's go find Davenport. Mhm.
Sounds good to me.
Okay.
All right. So what's everybody then doing?
I'm gonna make a phone call. I mean, I'm gonna page somebody after that.
Page.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm gonna,
So you're tapping your your criminal contacts?
Yes. So yeah, I send a page for someone to call me at, I don't want to use the bar number. Well, I guess I could use the bar.
The landline.
Yeah, I'll use that.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't take long to get a call from your contacts.
Cool. So I imagine like this one current contact is someone who is like maybe a next town over, sells cocaine and meth.
Mm-hmm.
So I always try to start with some pleasantries. And, oh, how's the family? How's do you have a family? Yes, you have a family. Can you tell me about your family?
This is. What is it you want?
Do you know someone named Valsky?
Yeah.
Tell me about Valsky.
Valsky runs the trade out of Thomasville.
Runs
Tylersville.
the trade. Runs the trade. Oh, okay. What kind of things is he interested in? What does he like to do? Where can we find him?
Well, Tylersville, obviously.
Obviously, but can you be a little more specific?
Yeah, isn't he out of? He's out of some factory or some
Yeah.
some smelting plant or something. Running some kind of pills, I thought. Like, mostly.
Pills. And we don't know what those pills do. Does anybody know what these pills do? Do you? Have you ever tried them?
It's good stuff, but I mean, it's just a little better than other. I mean, whoever cuts them, it's a little better than the regular stuff. It just allows them to charge a little bit more.
Who controls him?
Yeah, he's pretty tight-lipped about that. But I don't think it's in the same town.
Okay. It's not in Raleigh.
That would make sense. You'd have to ask him, though. I wouldn't ask him that directly.
Right. So, have you ever met him?
No, I've never met him.
All right. Well, that's very helpful. Say hi to your wife for me.
Right. Okay.
Take care. Click. Well, so we've already been, we didn't meet him, but we've been to the factory
Mm-hmm.
for, So I didn't get a whole lot other than, he's at that factory. And he doesn't say who his boss is.
It did remind me that we did pick up pills and
Yes.
kind of want to give them to somebody, and I kind of want to drink it because I want to see what it is or what it does, so we know what we're dealing with.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Should we open to business for a little bit?
I mean, it's just. Well, I guess it requires more subtlety because I can't just fucking throw a party here, but like,
Sure.
go to a bar, suggest it, have someone do it. I'll handle that.
I think that would be a really good idea because the last time I went to a bar,
I don't know. Last time I went to a bar with you, you just knocked out a guy in the alley. So, was there another time you went to a bar?
Yeah, I went to a bar and I went to go powder my nose. Oh, right there. I went to go powder my nose and I just got a little too hungry. They noticed somebody, I'm sure somebody. So anyway, y'all go. I'm fine.
Okay, I'll go. And meanwhile, I want to call anyone else or want to set up a meeting with Davenport or
Nah. I think I'm good.
you want to go see her?
You should go meet her. I would love to get your read on her.
Uh, let me think about it.
I mean, I'm happy to go too.
Yeah, let me think about it.
I mean, set up the meeting first. Like, do that.
Okay.
Not just roll up on the place.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. All right. I guess I should page her and then, I can.
I was gonna
page her.
say, how do I get in touch with her?
How about I introduce you as an associate? Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right.
She knows what we are, by the way. So
Yeah, she's a thin blood. Yeah. All right. So I page Davenport.
Okay, so it's an actual honest to God page.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's where my technology in communications, telecommunications has kind of stopped and like
Okay. So yeah, you'll get a call back. Yeah, because Davenport had just given you like a blank card with the number, and yeah, Davenport gives you a call back. Like a page. How quaint.
How else am I supposed to get in touch with you?
It's unique. I guess you've thought about what we said.
Yeah, I guess you've never actually met a lot of kindred.
Try to avoid them.
Oh. Anyway, I'd like for you to meet one of our associates.
There's more of you.
Of course, there's more of me. Us. There's only one of me.
Okay, this isn't one of the murderous ones then, or
One of the murderous ones. I don't know. I don't think so.
fair.
And then I go, he's probably already met the other murderous ones. Yeah. So I don't say that to her. I just like being snarky. Yeah. Okay. So well, that's too bad because it seems like if you met more of us and you played nice, better things would happen to you. But anyway, I did not call just to say rude things to you. we would like to meet.
Okay.
Where would you feel safest meeting?
Here.
At that factory again?
Yes.
All right. Do you think we should meet her there?
Yes.
I'm like holding the phone.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Yes, we'll meet you there. In say like an hour.
We can make that work.
Okay. All right. We'll see you then. Should I bring anything other than the usual?
Not unless you want to.
All right. Take care.
See you soon.
Realized she was so afraid of us.
You didn't? Like, got that the second we got in there.
Oh.
Like, she also verbally expressed that she's scared of us.
Well, that I got. I mean, I do remember hearing that. I just didn't realize to the extent where she would seem a little reluctant, even though she wanted to work with us.
She wanted to work with us because she's scared of what we might do.
Oh. She should be. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you're right.
Now, here's the thing. You said an hour, and I was gonna go do some shit. So, am I about to roll up there high, or are we gonna do that later?
It's kind of fun to get high. What are you gonna get high on?
The pills, literally their drugs.
That's right. Okay.
We're
I
gonna
was just-
sample their drugs.
Maybe Charlotte's already high. Okay.
Do it later, just to
Are
keep
you-
a clear mind.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, are you all gonna go get high first?
Why don't I could let her know we're gonna be a little bit late.
I mean, nah. Let's not show up to the function just messed up.
It's true. It's true. Okay, yes. Let's do it later. Okay. All right. Well, should we wait for Gavin or should we maybe we should go and get something first.
Or we just go test the drugs first.
Let's go test the drugs first. All right. All right, so where should we go? We have to go find somebody.
The bar is the easiest way to do it. If there's a when that's especially popular, that one. So there's a lot of options to pick from, and give someone free samples.
All right, let's go.
Here's the thing: are you gonna also get it? I plan on doing it alone. So one of us has to be an actual brain in case this fucks me up. So
I will stay sober.
fantastic.
I've got some things I need to do anyway.
Fantastic.
All right. Cool. All right.
No. You go to you would go to a different bar than.
I don't think I'm going to go to this whatever bar.
No, okay, good idea.
You want to go back?
No. Not for
I'm
a
sure
while.
it'll be fine. I'm sure they don't remember your face at all.
I don't want to test that.
Mm.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, there's other bars, obviously. So, you go to like a different bar and some other honky tonk, and yeah, you wander in there, and it's another dive with another loud, rowdy group of weeknight hooligans. I don't really know what day of the week it is, so it could be any day of the week. So
They'll do the plan as detailed. That is, offer someone a free sample, and then draw them to the side. Which, weirdly enough, I have a bonus to specifically this. With
Okay.
a +2 to score drugs, dates, and find parties.
Okay. I don't even know if you need like to roll for offering somebody some drugs in a town like this.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
Look, I got these.
I think
Like,
that
it's
they
just,
would. I think that they would just take them.
like, really, it's more like, hey, I'm a completely trustworthy person. Here's some free drugs that
Yeah.
you want to sample because I want to sell some. So here, have some. Come to the side with me in this corner that no one can actually see you very well. And then I
Exactly.
drink you.
Exactly. So, yeah, offering them drugs is pretty simple.
It's more, it counts as a feeding role, technically.
Yeah.
So
yeah, go ahead and make a feeding roll. So if you've got a bonus to that, just go ahead and do it. What would it be?
Charisma, manipulation. Which one?
Charisma, I think.
Okay, charisma, persuasion.
Yeah.
Does marketing work as a specialty?
Marketing. I don't think marketing works quite, but
I'm selling drugs. It's marketing, technically, kind of.
Okay, we'll go with it.
Thank you.
Okay.
Dice pool. That's a 4. That is a 2 total. And specialties in this system just add +1 die?
Yes, that's correct.
Cool. And is there a difficulty to these, or just you just roll?
The difficulty is low, so you would just roll, and I think the difficulty on this would be like 2.
I got 3 successes.
3?
3.
That's plenty to get them in a corner.
Mhm.
I think the big thing here is we're looking to see if there's any kind of like a bestial failure or like something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can.
Yep, her hunger does not go down because it's already as low as it can get without killing him. She only takes like a little bit anyway, and it's mostly just to see what are these drugs and what exactly do they do.
Okay. So when they take these drugs, this person appears to have first kind of go into a state that would appear to be something typical of like a narcotic. They get a little kind of a little woozy at first, a little sleepy, pretty typical of what you might expect from that. But then something kind of weird happens where like their eyes turn red and they like say something in Latin, but it passes pretty quickly.
And I'm gonna drink it anyway.
Yeah, okay.
What? Okay. Do I have Latin? No, no, I don't.
No. So, yeah, something kind of weird happens there.
Mm-hmm. Like, how long does it take before possession occurs?
I mean, not long. I mean, you mean
Like
how long?
5 minutes?
How long before you feel the effects of the drug?
No, before the guy who took the drugs, like between him taking it and red eyes, like what's the time span?
It's maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Like the narcotic hit happens probably faster than a narcotic normally would,
Mm-hmm.
which is probably, you would guess, as someone who is into this kind of culture,
Mm-hmm.
is probably how they're getting to sell this stuff for higher prices. It hits
It's
fast.
fast.
It's fast. It's good stuff. It'll have you talking French, like, so so it's good stuff. But and then, yeah, so within almost like maybe a minute, they're feeling the effects, but then within maybe a few minutes after that, their eyes go red and they're talking like Latin.
So by eyes red, do you mean like iris red or just like sclera red or like
Kind of like
blood or supernatural? Blood vessels or
like
blood?
a sclera red.
Okay. So like more blood vessel-y
Yeah.
than okay. So it's a little bit better, but not quite.
Yeah. It still is not normal.
No. And do their eyes like heal back or
How long are
like
you
how long
with
does
them?
that last? We're here to watch the effects, so
Okay. Well, if you're with them for a while, I guess probably after it would take probably about an hour or two.
yeah, like especially after the eyes go red, it's like, oh, your brain might be bleeding. Let me just sit here and make sure you're not gonna die.
So of course the penalty is that, like, you'll be late for your meeting, but
I mean, yeah, you're gonna have to call Davenport up and say, hey, we're delayed. So you're muted.
You should page me and let me know because I didn't go. Staying away from that bar.
No, we went to a different bar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're
Okay.
here to make sure that I don't get messed up. You're the sober person.
Okay. All right. More or less.
Mhm.
I page and I send a little text with the page running late. Be there 30 minutes late.
running late, testing your drugs.
I don't say that, but it's a running late. Like she can figure out what we're doing.
So does his eyes so he only like says something in Latin, but then that cuts off and his eyes stay red for how long? And then he sobers up like within the
Yeah,
hour.
within about the normal time that you'd expect a narcotic to wear off. Yeah. So
It's a few hours ish.
yeah.
Okay, so long as his eyes fix at some point. Okay,
But he
Eventually,
doesn't
yes.
die.
He doesn't die.
Okay.
cool. Probably the
How did-
majority of that observation is gonna go over to Charlotte because I'm drinking him
Right.
to see what the effects are now on me.
Oh shit.
So
Yeah. So I'm watching you.
All right.
Uh-oh.
When you drink this person's blood, at first you feel a very similar narcotic effect, which you're used to. That's nothing new for you. But then you kind of like, uh, yeah, you're gonna get hit with a vision.
Of course. Of course.
And it's almost as if like this narcotic has triggered this vision. And you see a vision of two shadowy figures, and one of them, they're meeting, it looks like two shadowy figures meeting in like what looks to be a crypt, and they're both speaking French to each other. One of them is a darker skinned man, and the other one appears to be more British. And do you know French?
No.
I do.
Okay.
Oh. Yay.
Okay.
Well, I remember it.
That's a good question. That might be a roll to see if you could.
It's going to be a roll. Absolutely.
They said parle du fromage. Like, that's kind of a difficult thing to do.
Yeah.
Translating a narcotic vision that was in French to someone who speaks French is difficult.
Oh, yeah.
So they're talking about something, and they kind of like look around away from each other, and then they run away before something that looks like a fireball hits near where they were.
Yeah.
And then you come out of the vision. And you're back to just being hi.
Cool. So did Charlotte see anything physically occur to me other than zoning out?
No, not really.
Sitting there with my notebook. Writing down.
Just watch her just stare off into space.
I mean, I don't know how much of an emotional journey your face goes on when you have visions.
Given the narcotic is like dampening stuff,
Okay.
it's probably not much. Probably literally just completely zoned out.
Fair. Okay.
So, you all right there?
No. Yes, I'm here. I'm not
Yes, you
here.
are.
I was here. And then I wasn't here, and now I'm back here. If that makes any sense. It
Sounds like some good
probably
stuff.
doesn't.
I mean, sure. Okay, whatever.
That sounded like French. Do you know French?
My father is French.
Oh, fantastic. What would the roll be for that? It's intelligence or wits or something mental.
I think it's going to be wits.
They're the same.
Yeah, so I think it's going to be wits and
Academics, expression.
I feel like it's expression or academics would work too.
I'm gonna use expression because I have dots there.
Yeah, is it higher?
Yeah, not by much, but it is something.
Yeah.
That is gonna be a 4. Difficulty? 4.
It's going to be a difficulty 4.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Difficulty 4, and messy critical. How do you get a messy critical? Okay.
What does a messy critical do?
What is messy critical? It has 6 successes on 4 dice.
You say it
That's okay.
verbatim and you can transmit
Just slip
it.
right back into the vision.
Yeah, like so
Like, what
you will.
did you say? Fucking phases back into a vision and just starts.
Okay, so you will get a perfect translation of the vision. I'm just trying to think what would make this messy.
Literally fall right back into the vision and then get just locked in there.
See, because I would think it would be something like you can't stop speaking French.
Just going to glossolalia.
Yeah, like you're
Like it's not even really French so much as she recites that thing and then she kind of can't really do languages anymore because her brain is somewhere else now
yeah. I like that.
because mystic drugs.
Yeah, you're stuck for probably the next, at least the duration of the scene. You are stuck in languages.
Speaking in tongues.
Yeah.
I give you a translation that's perfect and then proceed to just say garbage.
Oh, you
Rest
say
of the way.
it perfectly in French.
Say it perfectly in French, and then after that, my language is completely fucking screwed.
Okay.
So what you say perfectly in French.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're translating the vision. You start saying it perfectly in French, and let me make sure I get this right. So the darker skinned gentleman says something about London. We are made. The Presidium is coming. They're going to find us here. And London says, this other gentleman says, London says, Thomas, it's fine. Like, Gerhard was sloppy, but he's been caught. I think that Albie has taken care of him at this point. And then Thomas says something about it doesn't matter. The Presidium's already on us. They're going to eliminate all of us. They're going to find the rest of us, and we need to move now. Oh, they're already here. And then that's when they run, and the fireball would hit.
And she would be able to explain the fireball if she actually could speak after that properly. But after giving that long dialogue, she would have Slimish. Like, literally can't no longer speak words.
Hey, two?
I don't sais me connaissez là?
Je ne comprends pas. What is wrong with you?
I just like in the matable.
Do you understand me?
I don't know about yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Maybe never mind. Maybe just a change of scenery will shift you back into this. Or maybe blood. Will blood help?
So she's given this I don't know what you're talking about. Like she doesn't understand that she's not saying things correctly.
Oh.
She's like,
you aren't speaking English. You were speaking French, but now you're not even speaking French.
let's
Let's just go. Yalla, let's go.
she goes with poor guy.
Yeah.
He's fine. He's having a great time.
Oh yeah, he's zoned out.
Get him another beer. He'll be fine.
Mm-hmm. Just give him a few shots.
He's
mixed drugs with alcohol. Yeah, run.
He's had the best pills in his life, and also a vampire's kiss. So he's doing fine.
Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll go.
Yeah. And as we're walking out, Charlotte's like, speaking like going between French and Arabic, mostly just because she's like, what the fuck? And it's just like, fuck, fuck. Like, first saying it in Arabic and then saying it in French and then saying it in English.
Mhm.
I don't know what's wrong with you. You aren't speaking any of the, well, can you try French? English? Help me?
So guy no le se me ne besa no halaga symbol to tebe ke sivle no.
Let's just go back. Let's okay. So yeah, we go back, I guess. Should I tell Dr. Davenport what's happened to you, or you're okay? I should tell her. Okay. All right. So I page her again when we get back. And to page her with like, what the fuck? And question mark.
WTF? Okay, so yeah, Davenport calls you and like, are you still running late? What's
Yes,
going
I have
on?
some questions. One of my comrades here is we should go there. Should she come here? No. We're running late and we'll be there. I'm just waiting for a friend of mine to finish getting dressed.
Okay,
Yeah.
this is very unusual.
Yeah. It really is. But we'll be there as soon as we can get there. Don't worry. All right, bye.
Bye.
All right. How long do you think this is going to last? Do you think blood could like reset it? Like go take a sip of the lady at the front desk. See if that helps. Blood always helps. But it does, really. It's the best. Okay. All right. Should we just go? You want just me? You're gonna come with me? Yes. All right, let's go. We're fucked, but let's go.
Okay. So I would say that kind of constitutes, from a game perspective, that kind of constitutes a scene switch, fortunately. But also, just like the drugs start to
Yeah.
to phase
In the
through.
meanwhile, she's also like trying to find maybe there's something to write with, so he could like write things down, or does her writing also come out as garbage? That'd be wild.
That would be wild.
So,
Is it her? It's writing too?
Is it writing too?
I think it would be, but,
Cool.
but it's
Awesome.
like it starts to gradually phase out over time, though. So it's starting to kind of fix itself up.
So probably interesting note for Charlotte. When she does like try writing things out and it is like not really making sense. When it does start to make sense, it's in Arabic.
Oh.
Like she is trying to write something down and eventually it ends up in Arabic.
Oh, wow. I didn't know you spoke or wrote Arabic.
Hi. Yeah, it's a long story. It's not a long story. Family.
Really? Oh, me too. Anyway, which family? Like, born family or your...
Born family.
Oh,
Well, kind of like married. It's a thing. We should go there because I'm gonna tell her all about that. Like what is in their drugs.
Yeah.
Why are his eyes going red? Why couldn't you understand me?
You were
Oh.
speaking different languages.
So the vision was of this, they're in a crypt.
Uh-huh.
I think, yeah, there were two figures in moderate darkness meeting in a crypt, speaking to each other.
Mm-hmm.
It was a dark-skinned man and a guy with a British accent, and they were chatting up, like whispering to each other, and then they like looked around suddenly, and then just booked it, and then there was like fire, like an explosion, or like someone tossed a Molotov, or like something, just fire.
So in the conversation, you also said something about someone they had taken care of something, but actually it was someone else. Habib had taken care of it. Did I hear that part? Or did she recite that or like relate that part in French? Okay. Did you heard them say someone Habib?
They don't know because I don't speak French.
Well, I'm asking because that's the name of someone I know.
I'll point it out for clarity also that the name Gerhard was mentioned. Who you...
That I
Mhm.
top?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, okay. Oh. Gerhard.
So
Yeah, so you're gonna have to find me your translation because I don't know what I said. I just said sounds.
Gerhard. One of them talking was Gerhard.
no,
Oh,
the name
that-
Gerhard was mentioned. One of
Oh,
no one.
okay,
Gerhard
okay.
wasn't talking. They just said that Habib
There was
had
something-
taken care of Gerhard.
Habib didn't take care of her. Okay. Or did. So, so someone took care of somebody else.
Okay,
Well,
it's had a lot of words, and I feel like there's more to that than someone took care of someone else. Like, here's a whole conversation between two people.
right. No, I get that. I get
Mhm.
that. Well, that's interesting. That's really interesting. Maybe I'll tell you about. Should I tell you now? Yeah.
You could just tell me what they said.
So they said that something about a presidium, and there was Thomas, and they were trying to figure out Gerhard had been taken care of by someone else. And I think this Gerhard person might be someone that I have met before, but I'm not really sure. But he was kindred, was, who knows? And I think someone else that I know has encountered him before, but he did some really shitty things, and it's probably best that that he was taken care of. It was really the best.
There's a lot of like guilt and covering up. Because I asked, what did they say in the vision though? Like they had a back and forth, and it was just base taken care of, and then they looked around and ran off, and fireballs.
Well, they were it seemed that they were making plans to and they were going against some people, the Presidium, which I know nothing about.
Presidium.
The Presidium.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either. Which is a shame.
I'll ask her about that.
Yeah. And I think we should find out if she is somehow affiliated with this Gerhard person.
Who is this Gerhardt person? Sorry,
No.
I was doing my own thing.
No worries. No one of consequence as far as I
I feel like they
as
are
I
a
know.
consequence because you like they deserved it. What happened?
So, just out of curiosity, so all the like occulty stuff we've figured out and everything, there's nothing there to investigate.
Well, I
And
think there might be actually.
So in terms of her shop, she told us about that. In
Okay.
terms of the drugs I just took,
They're
that's something else.
essentially
My apologies. When you guys had said that we could possibly investigate the occulty stuff, I thought you were referring to the store. So that's why I got confused.
oh yeah, I mean there's a lot more to essentially there's a lot more to the occult stuff than just the shop. Like there's something else going on here that a lot of parties are not letting on. So there's plenty more.
Like the drugs.
The drugs and the
Like drugs.
the shop was kind of just the beginning of it. So yeah.
Well, I'd like to, I know you guys want me to meet this, what was her name? Emily, Elizabeth, the Davenport, what was her name again?
Davenport.
Deborah?
Emily
Davenport?
Davenport, yes.
Emily, okay, Davenport. I mean, I think I would like to take a look. You guys seem like you're dealing with this, like, Russians and, whatever, mafia, whatever they're called, all that. I would like to go and deal with the occulty stuff.
So, update you. So, remember when I said I was going to go to actually test out the drugs that the Russians were distributing because they're so
yeah.
good? And I did give them to somebody and I did drink them. First off, the person who I gave the drugs to, 5 minutes in, 1 minute in, they are already narked out, like completely numbed out. 5 minutes later, their eyes turn red. It's like the white part of their eyes like go completely that, and then they started speaking Latin, and then that stopped.
I mean, what kind of drugs are we talking? Like,
The drugs from the Russians, like
well,
pills.
yeah, but I mean, pills. Okay. I mean, are we sure they're just not really strong pills?
Speaking Latin and eyes turning red is not a normal thing at all whatsoever in any drugs I've ever taken. I've taken a lot of drugs.
So the Russians are making drugs that make people speak, so far we know Latin, and their eyes turn red, or the whites of their eyes turn red. Do we know the Russians like us, or are they not like us?
Davenport makes drugs for the Russians. She's their cook.
And Davenport is one of us.
Is
All right, she's the thin blood.
thin blood who
Gotcha.
has her own little version of blood
Well, I
magic
mean,
that she uses.
do they know what Davenport is? Like, I guess like Davenport
it.
being being one of us doesn't necessarily mean that the Russians are one of us.
I mean, the Russians are in an organization of an international organization, so not all of them are us. There may be one or two or several, but not the entire thing. But inside of their location, there were several, I believe there were other thin bloods, or
Yeah,
other
so
kindred
you
at the
did
very least.
you did not identify any of the specific Russians that were kindred. But you did identify when you were in the furniture factory where you met Davenport, there were people who were cooking that were like not breathing, who were
So
probably
we
thin
found
bloods.
we found people who are probably thin bloods, kindred at the very least. So that's a thing. But back to the drugs. So did that, and also I drank him, and then I proceeded to also conk out, and then had a whole vision of two people in a crypt, two men, one dark skinned, one with a British accent, speaking French at each other, and then eventually like looking around really suspicious, running off, and then it was fire. Like a fire, like I think it was a Molotov, but it might have been just a straight fireball. I have no idea. So I try to then like relay this Latin, this French. They say I don't speak French. Somehow I managed to recite this entire conversation perfectly off memory to Charlotte, who does speak French. And apparently, after that, she could not understand a word I said anymore, even though I feel like I was speaking perfect English, but she couldn't understand a word I was saying.
Interesting.
So that's cool. You're muted.
And then you, as it was wearing off, you started writing in Arabic.
I mean, that's not the occult thing. That's just me.
Okay, that's just you. Okay,
that was me trying to. So I was trying to write out words, and apparently my like actual voice words weren't working out, and apparently that also wasn't working out either. So I just kept writing until I eventually got to a language that I could write. And now I'm okay because
Yes.
drugs wore off. And now we picked you back up, and now we're going to go see Davenport because what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
One of the people that that was mentioned in the conversation between the two people was someone named Gerhard, and I may have met him.
Yes.
I'll be honest. I guess I did know him briefly. Anyway, so
you have feelings about them, like based off everything you already have like shifty-eyed about it. I will leave that for later. Let you have your little secrets.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So let's go then. Shall we?
Yeah, how are we getting there?
Well, I mean, we could
Thanks for volunteering, Gavin. Let's go.
Yes, we can take your RV.
Yeah, come on. Mind the clutter.
No worries. Like you had fun while you were out.
You know, fed a little bit. Did some traveling. I am driving. Vroom vroom. Vroom vroom.
So and we know where we're going. We're going to the antique, not the antique place. We're going to the
yeah,
back.
where are we going again?
You're going to the old Mickelson furniture factory.
Yeah.
So
All right.
And so uneventfully you drive there, and this time the guards are not out front, and you're let in pretty easily because Davenport has set up things for you. And again, as you kind of go in the front, you're let in this time by Davenport herself, who comes out, and she looks, and Gavin, why don't you give me a wit plus awareness roll?
is my okay? Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Uh, two successes. Two successes.
Okay. Um, Davenport's trying to keep this straight face, but her eyes kind of look at your RV, like she recognizes it. But then she kind of stone faces again after that.
I mean, I can take you for a ride if that's what you want. You are eyeing the RV. You want to go for a spin? I'm Gavin, by the way. Nice to meet your acquaintance. You must be Davenport.
I am Dr. Davenport. Pleasure to meet you. That's your RV?
It is. Why do you ask?
I feel like I've seen it before.
I mean, I get around. It's possible you might have seen it. There's also a lot of doesn't really stand out or anything. It's just a regular old RV. Around these parts, you might see others, or maybe you saw one and it looked like mine.
If it's not too personal, how long have you had it?
Well, let me think. I got it shortly after I was embraced. And I was, let's see, over a number of years that I can't remember off the top of my head.
But you've had it. But you've had it since you're embraced, is what you're saying.
Yeah, like sure, I'd say like well, a little bit after I went through some stuff. When I first got embraced, it's a long story. But I was taken in and uh. But afterwards, when I was on my own, I won it in a poker game or a craps game, one of those. I don't rightly remember.
Oh. Anyway, come inside.
Not 1999. Right, that's the one I was embraced. So probably like a couple years after that.
Why do you ask?
Yeah, why you ain't listen. I ain't got no qualms with you or anything. It sounds like you've been nice to my friends and everything, but when you're asking about my RV and when I've had it and when I've had it since and all that, I might want a little bit more information, seeing as how I don't know you from Adam or from Cain.
I think I can provide this. I don't want to provide it out here.
All right. I don't
Yes.
mind talking outside.
Please. Come inside.
All right.
And yeah, she'll invite you inside and take you up this elevator to the 5th floor where you go through the plastic sheeting again. Goes like the freight elevator, and then open the gate, go through the plastic sheeting. You go past again these tables full of people that are chained packaging up these pills. Again, you see these folks in the back that are kind of cooking various things. And again, if you get closer to them or use some kind of auspex, you would see that some of them aren't breathing, some of them are. But some of them, yeah, probably are kindred. So. And she gets you into the office and sits down behind her desk.
Closes the door behind them.
Yeah, please close the door.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so start with the van.
RV, thank you very much.
Oh, sorry, RV.
I met someone who's looking for an RV.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are looking for RVs. We're out in the country and whatnot.
Particular RV, a particular individual in an RV. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems auspicious.
I mean,
So
Did
who's
they-
hunting him?
did they describe the RV? Are they?
Who are they?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question.
Let's start with that.
Who are they?
I'm hesitant to say their name because,
Well-
again, these are people I'm trying to stay away from. But does the name Linus mean anything to you?
Where did you hear that name?
I was involved with something with him some years ago.
Huh? I need you to listen to this very carefully, and I need you to be truthful with me, or else we are going to have a problem. When did you speak with Linus? How long ago?
Just a few years, maybe 2 years ago.
Motherfucker. Motherfucker! I need. Okay.
What do you
Do-
need?
Do you know? Did they mention me by name by any chance, or did they just mention the RV?
No, they didn't mention you by name. They mostly mentioned the RV.
They mentioned the RV. Did they say what they wanted with it?
No, they didn't want the RV, obviously. I think they wanted you.
Yeah, I am. It sounds like, first of all,
For what, I don't know. It's probably something to do with this whole dumb idea they have about, and I say they when I mean this whole conspiracy I was telling your friends about, where they were trying to figure out some way to improve the kindred condition through experimentation, but this...
they wanted to reach a sale. That's what they were trying to do. First of all, Davenport, I apologize for my outburst. It seems like you are innocent, and I apologize, but you must understand how alarming this is for me right now. Allow me to explain. So I don't know who my sire is. I don't know who embraced me. Um, I was embraced during the week of nightmares. You guys might have heard of everything that happened there. And I was part of basically a mass embrace by the Sabbat. My sire basically fucked off after embracing me. And long story short, I met Linus, who is a Zamisi, who brought me into the Sabbat. We I was part of his coterie. I did the Baldry, and he taught me everything about Sabat and what he knew about Ravnos, and he was somewhat of an adopted sire to me, protected me and everything. But then when the Sabat's numbers started dwindling and getting smaller, he became, I don't know, paranoid, worried. He was very much dedicated, Samisi, uh, very much dedicated to Sabat, and he didn't like that the numbers weren't as strong as they used to. And for some reason, I don't know why, but he felt that reaching Wassail, letting the beast completely take over, turning into, I think it was a white, he said, would somehow help him in some way. And it got pretty scary because he wanted me to do the same thing with him. And well, I staked him in his sleep one night and I left. And that's how I ended up on my own. And that's how I got the RV. Well, it seems like, based on the math, when I staked him and when our friend here has spoken to him, someone has woken him from his slumber and pulled that stake out of him, which means he is out of torpor and probably very angry and looking for me.
Great.
So, yeah. And now I'm very interested to know who it was that pulled that stake out of him.
You said that you spoke to him like 2 years ago, though?
Davenport.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would have staked him, shoot, like, I don't know, like 2002 maybe, somewhere around
Right.
there.
Have you seen that person around at all? You heard about them around at all in this area? Or could we just keep it quiet? Maybe they won't show up.
Well, I hope they don't show up.
I mean, did they seem like, how was their, like, I don't know, beast? Did they seem particularly close to their beast, or like, are they a little calmer now? Because before I staked them, they were getting real close to letting that beast completely take over.
Well, I can't say that they weren't calm, but maybe it was this in touch with the beast thing that the other than this group were after. Maybe they thought that they could learn something from him, and that's why they welcomed them into the group.
Oh, he's part of that group, is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's how I met him.
Okay.
So, Eden, Charlotte, you know how we kind of have our whole agreement of not not killing unless you like absolutely have to,
Sure.
or in self-defense to protect us. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, he is gonna be my exception. If I see him, if I meet him, I will aim to kill.
I feel like that's self-defense, given everything you just said.
I'm glad you see that.
I'm no philosopher, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds like he needs to be judged. I'm happy to help you with that as well. If you need anything in that direction. I had another question, Dr. Davenport.
Well, I have a number of concerns, but
Okay.
I suppose I'm taking questions today.
Okay. So what exactly is the drug that you gave us?
No, I stole it. It's what drugs are y'all distributing?
Right. Yeah, what are you distributing? Distributing.
It's a narcotic.
And what does it do?
Well, narcotic stuff, as far as I assume.
What? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Edie.
All right. Now's the time to like tell the truth because assume that we've tested it and now we're asking you to see if you can like be honest at all about it.
Mhm. Which batch did you steal from?
You can take a wild guess and just go with it.
And what happened?
No, I want you to tell me what it does. So I can describe what the pills look like, what the batch looks like.
Well, ideally, we're cooking normal narcotics, but if one of our cooks is less skilled, there could be bad batches out of there.
What could be in those bad batches?
Less skilled.
Alchemy.
So you are using blood magic to make your drugs.
Not intentionally, no.
Not intentionally. How do you unintentionally use magic?
Well, I'm not using it.
Okay, how are your cooks unintentionally using magic?
I didn't say that they weren't.
Do you remember when you said that you were a little bit afraid of us?
Yes?
Mm-hmm. Okay, keep talking.
Why wouldn't I be afraid of you?
I just think maybe you should act like you are afraid of us.
The entire point of this is I want you to show some type of showing, like, tell the truth. Tests were done with a batch of your drugs. They did stuff way beyond what drugs are supposed to do.
Yes, and I'm telling you, probably an unskilled cook probably took a shortcut.
What's their name?
I don't know which cook it is.
You'd have to go through them all.
That's
but
why
like,
I asked what batch.
Which one is your least skilled cook?
well, don't before we jump on to like trying to figure out exactly who did it. We're rolling back to the fact of you have drugs that you might. So are most of your drugs made normally with a normal process?
Yes. The one difference is that we use our skills, of course, to make the drugs better.
Okay, so they're not made with a normal process then,
No,
because you're
but
adding an extra process that's weird.
We're not using magic, so to speak.
You're using your thing that you do that you don't want to call magic, whatever, science, whatever.
Alchemy.
No. So we're using chemistry. So the drug works better, right? But if what I'm saying is if there's some other effect, like I don't know, like you flew away or you farted and fire came out of your asshole, like that's not normal.
Okay, so when
if
a
you got
normal
high faster, that's normal.
Yes, I'm telling you that things occurred that is not normal whatsoever.
Okay.
Like I gave one person your drugs.
Right.
Narcotics hit within 1 minute, which is good job, good on y'all. 5 minutes later, this man has completely shattered the blood vessels in his sclera and is speaking Latin.
Okay, so that sounds to me like you had good product and then bad product. Yes.
And then I had some of that because, I want to see how far that whole arcane part goes. And it went places.
That's
so
an interesting way to test a poison.
Mm-hmm.
But okay.
So you had a bad batch. The bad batch causes Latin as a side effect.
Who were you trying to poison?
It's not a metaphor. I mean, if you see something bad happen to somebody after they drink something, drinking it yourself seems like a odd way to test it.
I'm kind of curious myself.
It'd be like that. So once again, bad symptoms of your drugs is Latin. That doesn't seem
No, we'll have to
kosher.
fix that.
Yes, I feel like you should fix that.
I wonder somebody
Maybe
might
stop
be
using magic in your drugs.
somebody's putting some kind of stoic blood in there.
Stoic
Something.
blood. What do you mean they're putting stoic blood?
Well, I mean, somebody tried to perhaps use alchemy in some of the shipments.
Why would they do that?
You keep saying like perhaps as if you didn't just say that y'all are enhancing it anyway.
Yeah.
We're enhancing it chemically. Yes.
Okay. But somebody is enhancing it magically
Yes,
or alchemically.
some fool who's going to get us all killed or caught. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Cool, great. Glad we're on the same page.
I can deal with this.
Yeah,
Can you,
please. Absolutely.
Question for you. Gerhardt.
But now I do have some other concerns. If some sort of Sabat Samitsi is going to come here, and what with Gerhardt?
Yeah, who's Gerhardt?
Oh yeah, during my little taking of the drugs, and I kind of had a whole thing where I kind of had a whole vision and recounted a whole conversation, and several names were said. I don't know who these people are, any of them whatsoever. Apparently, Charlotte knows several of them. You might know several of them if she can like give the names to you.
Gerhardt. I think Gerhardt was one of the intermediaries.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who's Thomas?
Thomas, I don't know.
What's the Presidium?
Sounds like some sort of Greek or Latin word.
Who's Habib?
That sounds more like an Arabic word.
It's a name.
Okay, I don't know that one.
Okay.
So Deerheart's a intermediary of what or who?
Of the group I was working for.
Okay.
And you don't
All
work for
going
them
back-
anymore.
No.
Okay, will you have any contacts to that group?
No, they disappeared.
Disappeared. Like all of them?
Like they left town or they...
Well, given the kinds of things that they were into, I assume they went dark.
So no type of phone number, no one who is still affiliated with them, no type of ways to send a smoke signal of like if you're interested in their shit, like nothing.
Not from me.
What were your concerns, Emily?
Yep. Questions for you now. You can ask.
Well, I'm concerned that this organization that I had done some work for, now that I know a little bit more about Kindred Society, it clearly contained individuals from multiple sects, including the Sabbat.
Yeah, that was the least of their issues.
And now one of them was looking for, shows up here which is not good for any of us.
Mhm.
Camarilla City falls apart just over yonder. Something's not right.
I mean, they're still a Camarilla City, aren't they?
Well, they got bombed to hell by probably hunters very strategically hitting leadership. So that's the thing. I'm pretty sure they're scrambling about that.
Hmm.
Just the leadership, huh?
That's all I believe. Yeah,
That seems awfully surgical.
it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, they were bombed?
Yes.
Didn't you say that you saw like a fireball or something?
Well, that was in a crypt. And that was after a conversation, and they ran, and there was an explosion. And maybe, I don't know, actually. Now that you mention that, I'll think about it.
Huh. Yeah. So, Dr. Davenport, what were your other questions? You're worried that people are looking for you, looking for us, looking for Gavin. What other questions? You said you had concerns. What were they?
I am concerned for our safety at this point. So, I think unless I can find some reason to stay, I'll be taking my people and leaving.
Who counts as your people?
My crew.
Oh, just like your alchemy pack things. Yeah.
You know, the thin bloods.
I mean, that's very fair. You could do that if you wanted to. If you there's like nothing else of use here, but your whole thing is basically survival. So,
I mean, you could work for us.
I could. How would that work?
I know I haven't decided whether or not you should be judged or not.
Why would I be judged?
I don't know.
so what exactly does judged mean, by the way? Because you keep saying that word, and I assume it means murder because the way you always say it. But why do you use the word judge specifically?
Because what she's doing is wrong. I think that blood, that those drugs were tainted with kindred blood.
So judging is saying you're doing a wrong thing. Okay. And then
you're smited.
Okay, got you. So you're doing a wrong thing. I'm gonna kill you.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. That's a morality. You could have that. Let's not do that.
Trying not to.
Okay.
I am a little confused though. I mean, Dr. Davenport, I get you're doing blood alchemy. Are you using kindred blood to do your alchemy?
Our own, yes.
Are you using kindred blood
No.
of another generation?
No. That's
You're
not
not.
how alchemy works.
You asked this last time.
I know, but didn't you tell me that if you drank enough kindred blood, you would then become real children or something?
Yeah, but they didn't say they were doing that. Just that
That's
it's a
not
hypothetical thing.
That is what everyone fears from thin bloods. Yes, but that's not what we're doing.
Just hunting for a reason to stab her. is what I'm getting. That's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Charlotte just looks away.
So, Emily.
I'm going to take a chance here that if you wanted to kill me, you'd have killed me already.
Yeah, sure.
It's more trying to find a justification to do so. That's happening right now. With her, not me. I'm fine with you.
Yeah, it's totally me.
So we're either going to help each other or we're going to kill each other. So what's it going to be?
I would prefer helping because we're very few, but we're more than one deranged Simis. So that's good. And also there's like shit going on in that city. Don't know how much more that's gonna bleed over into here. We bled over into here. We kind of like to actually have a home. So we'd rather not fuck off. Um And I'd like you to stay because you're already comfortable. Don't want you just uproot and just take everything away. But if you feel like you need to, you can. I'm not going to stop you, but I would prefer if you stayed and actually assisted us in whatever it is we're doing here. We're still trying to figure that out, which actually leads us back to the original topic of that one guy that I forgot the name of, Charlotte, that is in charge of the Russians.
Valsky.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Do you know where he is? Like in terms of like where he hangs out or what? So basically, plan is rather than trying to like just knock out the mafia, why don't we just control it? So if you can get me to him, since he's the one who actually dishes out the orders here, even though he answers somebody above, he'll be the voice of influence over the rest of them, and that way we're able to actually steer them properly. Just have to like find a way to dunk true canite vitae in their mouth.
So you would just need to get alone with Valsky.
Yes.
I think I could help you arrange that.
Fantastic.
Oh no.
Now, alone doesn't mean with, people with semi-automatics outside doors. But that's not alone.
Right. Well, we can work on that.
Still trying to figure out like everyone disappeared off the screens, including Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fixing it.
There's green lines.
I'm fixing it.
Charlotte, come back. I miss you. I need you. Where are you?
Looking to see what's for dinner.
Oh, I see your arm.
Oh,
You're in
weird.
between
I'm like
screens.
between screens.
I'm fixing it. It'll just take me a second.
Sorry. Should we take a quick break? It's
Oh yeah, we can.
It's 10.
Let's go ahead and take a quick break, and then I'll
Yeah.
Okay.
fix this real quick. It won't
Technical
take me-
difficulties. Take a break.
All right, we'll be back in just a second.
okay.
And I think we're back. Are we audible back though?
Can y'all
Okay.
hear us?
Yeah.
Can you hear us?
We're getting audio
Yay.
levels, so that's good. Okay.
All right.
So when we left off, we had made the decision to try and overthrow the Russian mob.
Yeah, we're gonna dial it back a little bit though. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. So
A little bit.
Hold on just one second. I have to yell at my dog.
dog yelling break.
Yeah, that's very true. I'm scratching.
So
All
Davenport
right.
tells you, yeah, that I think I can get you alone with him.
Define alone, like in terms of like what is the ideal of like the location and the circumstance.
What would you need?
Not having people with AK-47s just standing around.
It'll be a little trickier, but we can do it.
Mhm. And also need to figure out like how to get my blood inside of his body. That usually is like obfuscated behind things like seduction or in a drink or things like that. So honestly, like there's several ways this can be done. It could be done via a straight arranged meeting, or I could stalk him and pretend like this is just a circumstantial meeting and seduce him that way, which is a usual way of doing it. But I mean, there's different ways doing this.
We could set up a meeting with him here or in his office. We can. It might take a bit of brewing, so to speak, but mind wipe his guards.
You could do that thing you did before where you had that whatever that substance was in the traveler's mug and
Yes,
your little. Mhm.
that's exactly what I was saying. I could brew
But
up one such potion for myself and maybe one for one of you.
I'll make my own. Thank you.
All right. I'm just
you
thinking of
can
something.
make it.
I'll make something.
Okay. But then what with that plan of just being in his office and getting people to leave?
Then you do your thing.
That is not mood setting at all.
Can we get to his house?
I'm not sure I know
Like
where he lives.
I'm very willing to do the long game of just actually
Or are you talking about
dating
ghouling?
him. Yes.
If you're talking about ghouling him, once you do that, he won't have a problem with him anymore. But
I mean, it's also a multiple step process and a not automatically slavish devotion at the first taste. Like
okay.
this takes time.
So you want to seduce him? Okay.
That's the most ideal way of making sure he has my blood on a regular basis and also can justify to himself why he's feeling these things and is not as weird to a bunch of other people around him. It's like, oh, all of a sudden this woman is very important to him for no reason whatsoever. If we're actually have been known to be consistently together for a bit, it might actually work out socially.
Then to start with, you need the meeting.
Yes.
And I think, Charlotte, you might have the tools to enhance Eden's persuasion.
Oh yes,
Okay.
I do. That's what I meant. I was saying I was going to do my own thing.
Oh, you mean just like more dumbing him down than enhancing me?
Yes.
Gotcha. I mean, that's fair.
Yeah.
If you can touch him.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know everything about this ghouling thing. I thought maybe you just knocked him over the head and dumped blood in him.
I mean, hypothetically, that
So I
is a
thought we
way
had to.
you could do it, but I'm don't do that.
I thought we maybe had to make a couple of guards forget the past 10 minutes.
No, that's just ugly and ungraceful, and no. You could, but no, because you have to do it multiple times.
Okay.
You might learn something. I don't know if. Well, yeah.
I mean,
you
you're
might
learning
learn
something right now.
I'm
You're just
always,
learning in action as well.
Clearly, you are.
I'm always open to learning. I hope you keep an open mind as well.
I try.
Cool. So I'll teach you the regular kindred process of blood bonding somebody. In return, you'll get the provide the tools to get guards to just kind of leave, so you can see it.
Well, that sounds like a reasonable first step.
All right. So,
Now, what is the pretense of this meeting we're setting up?
yeah.
Because absolutely not. Oh, we want you to meet this woman.
Well, if you
To seduce you.
Well, you already have a foot in the door with the product you've offered. So we can make dinner arrangements.
Do we actually have to come up with a product this time?
No. Perhaps that's where I could assist as well.
Yes, please. Absolutely 100%.
All right.
You make something, say that she made it.
Okay.
I think I can do that.
All right. So, what does he like? Does he swim? Does he drink? Does he smoke?
Wanted to bring a gift. What should I bring? What kind of liquor? What kind of cigars?
He likes cured meats. 12 years scotch, strangely enough. And oddly enough, cheap vodka that reminds him of when he was poor.
I mean, that's not odd. Nostalgia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start with that one.
Probably get
I mean-
some nice cheap vodka.
Oh, don't start with it though.
Well, you might let on that you know too much if you start with that.
It's, I mean, it'd be too much if I started off with cheap vodka from his hometown. Um, but you know, he's Russian. Vodka's a thing. It's like a cultural thing. They have rituals around it. So
Like kismet.
so definitely something to influence him just regularly. Now, can I drink that vodka? We'll see.
Yeah, good luck with that. What if we made you a Bloody Mary? Made it look like
I
a Bloody
will.
Mary.
I can keep down like most things if I try. It's just let's not hold that meeting too long because that shit needs to get out.
Yeah. Emily, do you eat? Like,
Yes.
Does it taste still like ash or it just doesn't stay down?
No, it stays down for the most part. It tastes alright.
What's the problem?
I guess it just never really comes out. Unless I make it come out.
Oh, so it just sits there.
oh,
Oh. Oh, for us, like
And it doesn't
it will
taste
come out.
as good as it used to.
Yes,
Yeah.
because blood is the thing.
Yeah. I don't even know why you bother, but go for it. Some people,
I mean, it helps disguise. It helps like make people not look at you weird when you're meeting people in a diner and you're not eating.
Eden, you can always throw it under the table.
No, because then someone has to clean up under the table.
That's why you leave them an
Your
extra
12
tip.
course meal.
Yeah.
It's
You just
a
get
whole
to a
thing that
certain
happens in a
point.
diner. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. You just get to a certain point and yeah. Hmm.
Hmm.
So,
Well, I will set this up. There may be a steakhouse or some sort, perhaps not in Tylersville, but nearby.
mhm.
We can work this out at, and
Mhm.
I'll let you know.
Fantastic. Is there anything you need from us?
Not yet.
Or anything you would like from us?
Your discretion,
Of course.
but I
Mhm.
don't think that.
I don't think there's anyone to share anything. Well, I mean, there's that one Nosferatu, but whatever. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I think that we're both in a situation of mutually assured destruction if there's trouble.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, as it were, yes.
Great.
Building something here.
And I will make sure that she doesn't judge you. So we can go now. Thank you very much for your time.
By all means, we'll do it again shortly.
That's no. We'll let her know. I think y'all have each other's numbers.
Yep.
Fantastic.
I know how to contact you now.
Yep. All right.
That's all.
And she'll kind of escort you out to the elevator, and you can kind of see yourselves out.
And you do so.
And do so.
So, do you trust her?
Yeah, trust is a real strong word to use in our society at all for any reason.
Mhm.
I trust that she likes surviving, and that's the best we can get out of that.
True.
Unlikely to fuck us over because we are on the same page, but also has their own agenda. So, but everyone has their own agenda.
Yeah.
But as long as the agenda doesn't conflict with ours, then we're good.
Yes. Great. So I wanted to talk to you
Mhm.
about your vision.
Uh-huh.
There was a name mentioned, Gerhard.
Yes.
Yeah. And now we know from Dr. Davenport that he was in the Presidium, correct?
No, don't know what the
No.
Presidium is, but was in with the
He was
other group,
with the Ashbringers.
with the unnamed cabal of blood sorcerers.
Yes.
Yeah, there was
Yes.
Ashbringers mystery group. Yeah.
Okay. So I judged him.
What'd he do?
He was selling kindred blood, basically.
That's it.
Well, yeah, I think he was killing Kindred. Selling
Okay,
it.
so he
and
was.
and the ash and everything.
So by selling kindred blood, like you know that people can give it like as a donation, right? They can do that willingly.
Yes.
So do you know that if he was doing it like holding kindred stakes in his basement and drawing blood out of them, or just selling kindred blood?
I think he was doing it in a bad way.
You think?
Wait, wasn't he killing Kindred?
You think?
Ian, was he killing Kindred or I
You were led to believe that he was, yeah, he was selling kindred ash and parts and blood. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Whether or not he was killing them, I mean, that's kind of implied, but yeah,
Okay.
Selling is
Okay.
it's implied, but
It's implied.
it was never made implicit.
Okay. So, as far as I can assume, because it was also ash, which, is you got to be killing Kindred to make ash.
somebody has to be killing kindred to make ash. Doesn't precisely mean that that person, the merchant, is like, when a butcher sells meat, they're not going out in the field and killing the cow. They're just receiving a carcass to cut up and sell.
Yeah, but I think he was involved in.
You keep saying I think.
Yeah.
Not I know. Not I have proof.
My testimony came from a very reliable source. My sire.
Was it him?
Well, I mean, he was going to tell us possibly what it was that he was actually doing.
Okay, so you have this person who's selling kindred blood and you judge them, i.e., killed them.
I diablos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
It was sanctioned. I was, yeah.
Sanctioned by what prince?
It was in Hilton Head. That was where it was before.
Sanctioned by what prince?
I never know. That was our job. We were the judges. We were told to go and off people. And that's what we did.
Okay, that's
I mean, that's why we moved here.
you don't.
I mean, to the States.
All right, so roll back. You judge people, or like you're told to kill people, and then you relocate,
We'll have to get banished, yeah.
or you get. That doesn't mean you have permission to do it. Then, if you have to keep jumping from place to place, or you're banished from a location.
Sure, but I mean, no, we don't have permission. That's one of the problems.
Okay, so
it's a tough line of work.
As a serial killer,
No, I'm not a serial killer.
I feel like you're giving serial killer vibes because understand, you're saying people are doing bad things. I'm going to murder them and they get banished from this area, have to go somewhere else, and then judge people there and then kill them and then go somewhere else. And like a traveling serial killer. That's what it sounds like.
I'm not a serial killer.
I'm not judging you. Like not like but That's what it sounds like right now. So what makes you different from a serial killer? Start there.
My clan believe that we are appointed to be the judges of kindred.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. And therefore, that's what we do. And I got to tell you, before I came to the States, it was so much easier. We really just kept to ourselves. You know, it was just easier. We get here and it's just like, yes, you will be the judges in my court, but if you do your job too well, we're going to have to get rid of you. Okay, so maybe, just sometimes kindred blood is a little bit like Doritos. And I'll just leave it at that.
All right. So the reason why they kick you out is because you Dorito blood of your victims that you're judging, based off of your own dictations as to how judging should, what is guilt and what is not. And that's how you end up kicked up out of cities, and you still haven't defined what makes you different from serial killers. And again, I'm not judging, but also I just want to like understand here.
Perhaps I'm trying to understand myself. It made a lot more sense when I lived in Algeria. Honestly, it really, really did.
It probably made more sense because you had people who agreed with you and didn't ask questions about what is actually going on.
Well, it's what we did. It's what we did.
Yeah,
And
it's just the culture. It's just, just the traditions. And
we were in a war too. And it wasn't just, it was the traditions. Okay, so for a lot of us, it was, anyway. It's not like I'm going to go and eat all of you.
Well, you're kind of really insistent on the thin blood of like, you sound like you sell kindred ash and kindred blood, and I want to judge you. But she didn't. She doesn't, as far as we know. So I mean, you
As
should
far as we
roll
know.
back on that. I don't think any of us in our little group do that. Is it specifically just that, or like is there like other things that like determine whether or not someone is like, I don't know, worthy of living or worthy of death? What makes you worthy of death?
Well, no, it's all right. Here's the thing.
Mm.
It was really unnecessary for Clyde, our Nos friend, whose name for some reason just completely
Cliff.
escaped.
Yeah.
Cliff.
Cliff.
For Cliff, to just kill that guy. And it really, really pissed me off.
Mhm.
That would be something that I would judge, but I wasn't very hungry. It often comes on along. It feels like there may be challenges to just my own personal code. And for me, like injustice is the one. I mean, come on, I was embraced in the 60s. I was a professor on a college campus in the deep south, and I was invited to move to Algeria following their civil war. These things are important to me, as being kind to people for the most part. And so seeing those people being forced to make drugs, chained to a table, makes me feel like the Russians really should just be dealt with.
So you don't judge people based off of like
It's not just random stuff.
laws or like a certain code of honor or a
There's
certain
that, yeah.
type of morality. You're doing it off of personal feelings.
No, it is our personal code, and I mean yeah.
But you said that these are things that you feel, as opposed to like this is a doctrine that people should follow to be like adequate human beings or adequate kindred, and they violate those codes, then I kill them.
Well,
You're
no,
just
they're
going like, I feel because of my personal experiences, and therefore they need to die.
No, it's not that at all. I mean, your own ethics are guided by your personal experiences as well as your culture and where you come from, right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of that is incorporated. I'm just saying that that's one that's just a personal peeve of mine.
Yeah, that's what I'm also pointing out is you're using this personal peeve as a reason why you should judge somebody.
Sometimes
Yeah, that's the problem.
it's compulsion, I guess. I mean, it is really a compulsion.
So once again, back to serial killer.
I'm not a serial
I
killer.
feel a certain way about somebody because they did something, so I'm going to kill them. Now, and you say this is like a clan thing, like a whole everyone in your clan does this?
A lot.
Okay, so this is just like a thing. Like this is like Gavin blowing up thing. Only will you blow up if you like don't do this?
No, it's just really easy for me to go into a frenzy if I drink kindred blood.
But what is that the judging part?
Oh, the judging thing is, yeah, I see it. It just yeah.
It just annoys the shit out of you until you do something
It
about it.
annoys the shit out of me. It's hard to explain. I just feel like things need to be dealt with.
Yeah, so it's like just this constant agitation and anxiety and just like this needs to be done, but I'm not, if I don't do it, I'm just gonna think about it constantly until you do it. That what it is?
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes you know, kind of let it go.
And then when you do, well, I mean, do you just kill them or do you just eat all of them? Do you always diabolize them?
No, but it's happened.
And it's because like if you bite them and you drink them and the blood's in your mouth, all of a sudden, like, hey, this is tasty. Vacuum.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Okay. That's really good to know. I'm gonna need you to not drink kindred blood.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Now, I don't want to ban you from drinking kindred blood because if you like it and that's your thing, then fantastic. But does that make you that would I feel like that would make you like those same people who then, you know, farm kindred blood to I don't know. Jesus, this is complicated.
This is really complicated because now it's very complicated.
It's like you're against people who sell kindred blood, but at the same time, you will completely guzzle down 10 gallons or 10 pints. Well, how much in a human body? 10 pints? Something like that?
Yes.
Whatever. You'll freely guzzle that shit down instantaneously because someone else sold kindred blood. Which they're probably selling for, you know, purposes more higher than just like guzzling like you do.
I don't know if I would phrase it that way, but I really don't have the words to phrase it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go with
that. So let's go back to that guy.
Yeah.
We were talking about. Now we've hashed that whole thing out. Who is he? You just killed him. You have no other backstory about him. Like, because he's part of this group, apparently. So this is he's an intermediary. It sounds like it's kind of important.
So he was sent. We were sent to do away with him. And I have to admit that there are times when I think I am more guided by my sire than, yeah.
That happens.
Very attached to each other. And so, just before it happened, he said, "You are marketing our kind. And, our blood is sacred. It's not something that you just throw at people and that is why the people who do that and are harming our kind should be dealt with."
I feel like you skipped details. Or so all you know of this person is that things that were said to them, and then you killed them.
I do remember my sire also, well, he was saying before my sire was insistent, and it's kind of a blur. It is I don't know if you've ever done that, but things get jumbled for a long time.
Actually never done that at all. But good on you for the experience. So your sire said that this person did bad things, and then you did the thing. So yeah, you don't have really any actual. Feels like your sire might know more about this person who we need to know about because he's part of this group that we need to know about because there's a Samis also attached to that group who might be hunting one of our people, and that's a whole. I don't want to deal with that. So I feel like you should call your sire and ask him about that guy specifically and the group that he was a part of.
You're right. I should do that. And I can try my best. He's not well right now, but yes, let's do that. I'd love to talk to him.
Yeah.
While you all are having this philosophical conversation,
like getting really deep.
Oh yeah.
that kind of goes back to why people are terrified of the Banu Hakim.
Yes.
Why people are rightfully terrified of the Banu Hakim and are wrongfully terrified of the Salubri. You kind of feel something move across your feet. And when you look down, you see what appears to be a decaying hand.
Hicks.
Kind of walking on its own, like pretty much like Thing from the Addams Family.
Wait, I was not lying when I said kicks. Immediately kicks.
So you kick it and it flops over onto the back of its hand, and it kind of flops back over and starts to come back towards you, and it's basically stopped near you again, and it looks like it's got like a little scroll tied to it.
Are you touching it or am I?
Why don't we burn it? Well, I would like to read the scroll though.
I like to read the scroll first.
I'll try.
You're the witch, you do it.
Okay, yeah, let me try. All right. So I'm going to try to grab the scroll. It's tied to it?
Yeah, it's tied to the hand, yeah.
Okay, would it be easy enough to just grab it, like unpull it, or is it going to defend itself?
Just grab the hand. Grab the rotting hand.
Yeah, you could grab the rotting hand, but you could also just grab the scroll. It doesn't seem to be fighting.
Okay, I'm going to grab the scroll.
Okay.
Yeah.
You grab the scroll, and as you grab the scroll, it comes off of the hand, and the hand turns away and starts to just go along its merry way.
I'm following the hand as it walks.
Yeah.
Read the scroll while I follow the hand.
Do we have like a bucket we could put it under?
No, I want to see where it goes.
Oh, you want to see where it goes? Okay.
I want to see where it goes.
Okay. I want to read
I can walk.
The scroll just says, I know what you did last summer.
Oh.
See you at the cemetery, old Toby. And after a bit, the hand just kind of stops.
Like stops it and just like
Yeah.
it dead hands.
Yeah. And then now it just appears to be a dead hand, like literally a dead person's hand.
I know what you did last summer.
That's a movie.
Yep. See you at the cemetery, old Toby.
Who is old Toby?
I don't know. Maybe I could try to ask my sire.
I mean, probably axe the other two first.
Yeah. Yeah.
So first off, a walking dead hand is more magic. That's necromantic. So that's cool.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be at the cemetery with an unknown person who can do necromantic stuff. Is there a time on there or a date or like just show up?
Just says, see you at the cemetery.
Yeah, we gonna wait until we got the boys here to do that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, we're not going there. We're not doing that.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Well, I think that's probably a good place to pause for the night.
I would
You
like
have a
to
nice
ask my
to-do list.
sire though. Yeah.
Yeah, I think you do
Right.
have some good questions for your sire.
Uh-huh.
But yeah. Thank you, everyone. I see a lot of you in the chat saying very entertaining and funny things. So thank you. We like to interact. I wish I could interact with you more, but I have to kind of DJ over here. So but thank you all for coming. And yeah, I guess we'll see you in about 2 weeks for more of this when we maybe discover the owner of the creepy crawling hand and seduce a Russian. And I don't know. I haven't seen Cliff in a minute either. Maybe we'll see him again.
Yeah.
See how he
Full list.
see if he's like the mastermind behind all of this. We think the Cliff. It's not Cliff.
It will be very
spoilers. It's not Cliff.
It's not Cliff.
I'm not sure Cliff can read. I don't know. Maybe
he's illiterate.
Cliff may be illiterate. So, but yeah, we will see you all next time. Thank you, players. Thank you, everyone. And yeah, we'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.